Hey y'all, welcome to the final Transfer Tuesday of 2020. This is an exciting day just because it's the last Transfer Tuesday of this year. If you're new here, Transfer Tuesday is the day of the week where I share what we've done in our financial lives to hit goals like paying off $43,000 in student loans, which we are down to the final couple $1,000s worth. Transfer Tuesday started with a $5 extra payment because I felt like I wasn't making a lot of progress with only paying that monthly bill that was due to reduce my debt. So I decided to start throwing something every single week toward the debt. I started with $5 extra, and a lot of weeks that's all I could put toward the debt extra. Some weeks I've done $20, some weeks I've done $2,000. It really just depends on where I have been in my financial journey, and since I started Transfer Tuesday, I've really focused on growing that extra income, and that has helped me speed up the process so much. I found that making extra money and throwing that extra money every single week and then reducing expenses on top of that and throwing that extra money toward the debt has really made a lot of progress. Transfer Tuesday is not just about debt. I've also been investing, working toward maxing out my Roth IRA, which is a current goal. We also saved up and bought a car in cash in 2020, and then we also saved up a $10,000 emergency fund in 2020. So we've really saved a ton of money and invested a lot of money and paid off a lot of debt. We've had a lot of extra money coming in, and we've tried to use that as wisely as possible thanks to these weekly videos. Today, I am going to be working toward the two financial goals that we are still working on for 2020. That is maxing out my Roth IRA, which is a $6,000 contribution for 2020. I have until April 15th of 2021 to finish that. And then I am also trying to finish off paying the debt that we've been working on. Like I said, we started at $43,000, and then last week we had gotten down to $2,600. We were at $2,601, and that amount was so low, I almost impulse moved my savings to pay for the debt. But I decided to wait and think it through and really think through the process. So today I'm going to share some of those thoughts because I know a lot of you wanted me to just pay it off immediately. So instead, I'm going to share some of my thoughts and why I made the decision that I made. And that's a really long list of reasons. So I'm going to just skip all the normal stuff that we do on Transfer Tuesday and get right into what we've done with our money this week. The first goal that we're working on today is my Roth IRA. I have been doing $100 from our budgeted income every single week, and that's been working out really, really well. And I'm very happy that I've been able to put $100 a week in there and kind of dollar cost average what I've been buying. So the amount that I'm putting in today is $100. Last week we were at 47% funded at $2,800, and then today I'm putting in that $100. So adding $100 to that account. So that $100 contribution will put me at $2,900 funded for the year of 2020, and that is 48% funded. I decided to still put the money toward the Roth IRA because I did not want to sacrifice my long-term plan or what has been working over there for a short-term win like paying off debt. Actually, one of my biggest regrets with this debt payoff thing is that I didn't invest more while I was doing it because 2020 was a very unique situation for the stock market, and there have been some amazing returns. A lot of my accounts have really grown this year, and part of me wishes I'd put more money in there because that money would have grown so much instead of just getting the 2% or 8% return on paying off my debt. So I do have some regrets about my choices, but again, I am trying to make the best choice that I can with the information that I can that fits our situation. Everyone out there is going to have some mistakes, some regrets, some wins, and you really just have to focus on the wins. So let's do that now, and let's focus on the debt payoff because that has gone so well in 2020, and I'm very excited about today's payment and the progress that I'm gonna make. Okay, let's talk about debt payoff now. As most of you know, if you follow this channel for a while, I posted my debt snowball in November 2018 and started working on the debt. Then I was starting with a balance of $43,366, I think. It was definitely over $43,000. So I've been working on this for over 2 years now, and it has been a lot of work. Paying off debt can often be a lot of work, and I honestly am very proud of how we've done with this, but it has been a lot of work to earn extra money to pay this down. And I've said this for a while now, but I'm ready to be done with it and work on other goals like building that Roth IRA account, building wealth in general. There are just so many financial goals beyond paying off debt. It's not the end all be all of goals, and I want to move on to other ones. I also set a goal this year to pay off the debt by the end of the year. My goal was December 2020, and I made this goal when I still had like 20 grand left and no plan to pay it off. I had no plan and no idea how I was gonna actually get the money to pay it off. So setting goals with no real concrete plan on how you're gonna get there, because really this debt payoff at that time would have probably taken into most of 2021 with the amount that we were paying. But setting that goal really motivated me to figure it out and earn more money, which I have done over the past like 6 months. And the great thing about that is we are really close now to actually making that happen. So last week I was at $2,601.29. Today I am making a payment of $100. I do this every single week because it is the amount that we have budgeted for right now, $100 every single week toward debt payment. So I'm making that $100 payment today, and that brings our balance down to $2,502.56. Then I did have some extra income. Like I said, extra income has really helped me make this possible, and I did have some extra income come in. And then I also used my extra income account where I do keep a little bit of a cushion in case I need to pay a bill or have an expense that comes up with this related business, but I haven't had any, and I figured I might as well wipe that cushion out. So today I'm using the money that I made and the cushion that I had for any expenses in that account. So I'm putting $550 toward the debt from my extra income. That is a $550 payment, and that brings my balance down to $1,952.56. So that's my normal weekly Transfer Tuesday, and now I'm back to the question, should I use savings to pay it off or not? And honestly, I'm still on the fence, and I did make a pros and cons list, so I'm gonna share that with you now because I feel like you can kind of see some of the decision making behind what I'm going to do, which I still haven't done yet because normally I prepay everything, and I'm still on the fence as to whether or not I'm actually going to do this today. But let's talk about it. Cons to using savings to pay off debt. Number one, I am 7 months pregnant. I could have a baby at any time. I could need the money at any time for things that could come up and happen with the baby. We've had friends that have had some crazy stuff happen at this point in their pregnancy, and you never know if it's going to happen to you. So it is nice to have that money set aside. Having money piled up when you're pregnant and gonna have a baby is really important, and that is one reason why I wouldn't want to use savings to pay this off. Second reason not to use savings is that life in general is just unpredictable. 2020 has shown us, all of us, that you really don't always know what's coming. You can't expect everything that happens. Third reason why I might not want to use savings is because I could lose an income stream at any point. I could potentially lose my job, my husband could lose his job, and I could somehow be demonetized on YouTube or not have my YouTube paycheck come to me next month. You never know what can happen. So it is a concern and something that is a reason why I like to have some savings set aside. Okay, let's talk about the pros of using savings to pay off this debt. Number one, everyone wants me to do it. I feel like 98% of you voted or just told me in the comments that I should pay it off by the end of 2020 and be done with debt. Number two pro of moving my savings and paying off this debt, I would hit my original goal of paying this off by December 2020, which when I set the goal was impossible, and now it could be a reality. Another reason why I would potentially want to use the savings to pay off debt is because we have money on the way. That includes a bonus. That includes stimulus checks, which are finally happening, the second round of stimulus checks, and they aren't gonna be like a ton of money, but $1,800 will be coming toward us in January, and that's pretty much the amount that's left, $1,900 versus $1,800. That I honestly think is probably the tipping point because that money is going to be coming. And lastly, I have already earned $3,000 in AdSense on YouTube for the month of December, which will pay out in January. So I have like $4,800 coming to me pretty much for sure in January. So why not pay it off right now? Let's just do this. Let's just do this. I have my computer in front of me because I did not do this yet because I was going to go over my pros and cons list. And let's be honest, the pros list is way bigger than the cons list. So let's just pay off this debt and be debt free today. Whew. I'm out of breath. One, because I'm pregnant. Two, because I'm super excited. So I have my PenFed account pull it up, and this is where I refinance the loan to. So I'm going to go in there and make a payment. I normally do this on my phone, but we can do it here. I got some emotions, y'all. Like seriously. Okay, amount due, 0. View payoff amount. Okay, this is what I need to look at. View payoff amount. It is exactly what it just showed. So $1,952.56. Let me take a little screenshot because I know you guys like to see those. Oh, okay, one time we are gonna do this. $1,952.56. Today on December 29th, 2020. It's from the Red account where I am going to move over my emergency fund savings to my checking account, and then I will be paying from that account. Whew. Okay, continue. Y'all. Okay, one time, submit. Submit. Your transaction was successful. Return to main menu. Does it? Holy shit. It says 0. I wasn't gonna cry, but now I'm all emotional. I cried last week and now I'm gonna cry this week because that is so awesome, and I shouldn't cuss, so I'm trying to keep my language toddler friendly / YouTube friendly. We have a $0 balance. Hooray! Clearly emotional and can't stop crying. Like I said earlier in the video, I do have some regrets because on one hand I wish I had done things differently this year and invested more, and I wish I'd done things differently and gone to a college that would have given me scholarships instead of having student loan debt. And I wish I had taken these over sooner. There's so many regrets, but at the same time, like, whew, it's a huge relief to not have to worry about this anymore, to be done, to have set a goal, to have achieved it, and to be moving on to bigger and better things and freedom for myself, my family, and for my content, so I can do whatever I want. You know, you can always have regrets, but I am definitely going to focus on the fact that I had a goal and I achieved it. And now we're here and I am debt free. And of course, I'm going to stop crying and just go celebrate because I'm pretty happy. I do have to work today, but beyond that, I'm pretty excited to share this later in the day after it's edited with you guys because I know you will cheer me on. And we can all celebrate this together because it would not have been possible without you guys. My YouTube money has really made this possible, and it has, whew, not gonna cry again, not gonna cry again. The YouTube income that I've made has really changed the trajectory of this goal and the debt payoff and honestly my life. So I appreciate you guys so much. All right, comment club, if you've watched this far, type down below debt freedom because I got it today. A lot of you already have it and the rest of you will achieve it if you want to. So type debt freedom down below and then let me know what you did this Tuesday. If you hit a major goal, I would love to hear about it. Let's celebrate together. See you next Tuesday.